Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Previously, we dealt with the Dragon Rot restoration side quest, and ever since 2 episodes ago, when we got the Yunlord's Bell Charm, everybody has been pushing us to offer to Buddha here, including the old woman, the timid maid, her son, and Emma, and the sculptor. So we are going to offer the bell charm in prayer to the Buddha and where this takes us. So as it said, 3 years later, or earlier, sorry, 3 years earlier. And we've heard about the Hirata family quite a bit already. So a reminder that they are a cadet branch of the Ashina. Basically, they fight for them, so they're kind of a branch of the family of a sort. So who knows what to call this? Time travel, alternate reality, what have you. I don't think there's anything back here. Seems like a, lost possibility, I guess. And here we have one of the night jars. So if you recall back when we started, when Genichiro left with Kuro, one of these were carrying him off.
Hirata Yashiki ni Miko-sama o isogu no ja.
今は幾年だ。
何をおかしな。
教えてくれ。
流泉詣の年であろう。
流泉詣。3年前か。どういうことだ。武士殿は古い記憶と言った。何も覚えてはおらぬが、これは過去ということか。
And that's why I think this solidifies that the bell charm was Kuro's, because why else would he be drawn into the past like this? If it's a memory, it has to be his memory. Or at least linked to his memory. Dousing powder. Medicine for treating burns. Heals the burn status abnormality and for a time decreases burn buildup. Increases burn resistance and reduces damage from incoming burn attacks. I have a feeling people are going to try to burn us. When fire is used on the battlefield, dousing powder is crucial for survival. I don't think I've ever used the dousing powder. Just putting that out there. So let's get rid of the people down here. So these guys aren't very tough. Oh, I went for a kitty there. I gotta get that ability. So these guys aren't very tough. The main things to watch out for are some of them carry heavier weapons, and the ones with torches will try to swing the torches at you randomly. So be a bit cautious, and also it's easy to get overwhelmed by them. They have numbers, so you can spam these guys though. Three dogs, so watch out. Oil. Here you go. This is the magical elixir for me. Plain oil. When the jar breaks, the oil covers everything nearby. Enemies doused in oil are easily set alight, causing them to take additional vitality damage from fire attacks and making them more vulnerable to burn status abnormality. So we're not going to go into the estate quite yet, because in this game, unlike some other titles that I'm not going to drop, you can swim. And so the first thing we're actually going to do is first clear the shore here, but we're going to do some exploring in the water for a bit. Amiibo possession balloon. Yeah, we've done those before. So we want to end up out at that island. That's my kind of final location before we set in. And I'm going to start on the other side. Otherwise, you just got to hop over this wall, and there's literally an idol like right there. So if you have any concerns about dying, you know, feel free to jump over. I mean, literally, the other idol's not that far from us, so a couple things we're looking for. Items, of course. We have to collect all the loot, collect all the shinies, and you can only go so far out this way. So we want all the shinies, and we want the giant fish that you may have saw earlier, the huge pinkish looking ones. Those are called treasure carp. Treasure carp scale, and this is why we want the carp. A sparkling scale from a treasure carp. To the average person, it is just a beautiful scale. But there are some who exalt a certain master who consider these scales among the most precious things in the world. For this reason, collecting them could be worthwhile. There's some really interesting lore behind this, so for now, we're just going to collect the scales, and we're going to kind of get a little hint as to where that lore goes. So that's a treasure carp, and they're fast. And so what you want to do is kind of rush at them. Don't get in their line of sight, because they have very good eyesight, but rush them and stab them. And if you do a stab, you kind of do a forward thrust, so. Alright, there we go. And I think there might be one more out here, closer to the island. The last time I was playing, I think I missed one or two treasure carp in the game. At least one, I'm pretty sure. But I got enough carp scales that it didn't really matter. So again, they are fast, and they will see you very easily. And if you see something else moving in the water, don't worry about it. It's probably other treasure carp, or it's some of the lesser carp. I don't think there's anything over here. I don't know if I've ever actually come up here before, though. I can hear people walking around, and I think I know where that is, so... Coin purse, and... I don't know if we have any Legend of Zelda fans out there. Anybody in here a fan of Majora's Mask, which is one of my favorite Zelda games?
お主、恋の鱗を知らんかい。キラキラ光る宝鯉の鱗。それを持てば存分に褒美を取らそうぞ。
If you've played Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, tell me that doesn't remind you of someone. If you go to the hotel motel on day 2 and you can get inside and go to the bathroom, an arm sticks out of the toilet and asks you for paper. An arm comes out of the toilet and asks you for paper. That's the first thing I thought of when I first saw this was, wow, that reminds me so much of Majora's Mask. So, if you've ever played Majora's Mask, if you haven't played it, immediately stop watching this and go and play it. But I love Majora's Mask. It's amazing. So this guy is called a pot noble Hiranaga, and he has a few items here worth getting. We don't really need these, and we don't have enough for them. But this is one where I would say definitely, if you're going to come back to him if you're following the quest lines, you don't really need to worry about making a list of what he has. We will purchase everything by the end of the first playthrough. But if you're curious about some of these things, so Divine Grass for starters here. Let's look at this. A secret medicine that fully restores vitality and cures all status abnormalities. This is a really nice backup to healing if you're in a tough spot in a match against a boss fight that you're close to winning. I would say you might not want to waste it if it's your first playthrough because they can really come in handy for that kind of thing. One small part of Ashina is exceedingly old. The ancient soil, rocks, and water that pervaded the land are said to have attracted the attention of the gods. The doctor Dogen studied the plants in the ancient place, resulting in the recipe for this special medicine. So we're going to buy that. They are limited as to how many you can get. Withered red gourd. A curved withered red gourd filled with medicinal water, so very similar to the healing gourd. The gourd's medicine refills upon rest, similar to the healing gourd. Reduces burn buildup, and slightly increases burn resistance. It cannot heal the burn status abnormality, however. So it's kind of like a refilling version of the dowsing powder. I think the dowsing powder can heal the status abnormality, but it's kind of a backup to that essentially. And so we'll get these for most of the status abnormalities. Actually, I think we get them for all the status abnormalities, or most of. This item is kind of a New Game Plus type thing, so we're not really going to get into it until later. We will purchase it eventually. And this unlocks a really interesting combat art, but most people say it's completely useless. It is kind of pretty looking, though, so if you get a chance to get it, it is kind of fun to mess around with. But we will come back to this, so...
お主よ、我は恋になりたいのじゃ。長い時を育ちとともにある大きな恋、老いぼれぬ恋にの。
Yeah, he wants to become a carp, and I'm going to say, the first time I played this, I thought, wow, how high are you? Was my first thought. But then I started reading about Japanese lore, and I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense, and I will talk about this later in the game. There is actually some legit lore behind that I thought was kind of cool. So, it's very interesting. But that one kind of made me go, huh, the first time?
良き心がけ褒めてとらす。また鱗持っておいでや。
Will do, buddy. Will do. Pot Noble. Not a name I ever thought I'd be saying. Also, if you look at these, I think they're turtles. So kind of cool. Interesting decorations if you look at the buildings. My mom and I always say turtles. In fact, anytime we see like the little or something like, we'll say litile, or we always kind of just make up our own versions of words. So if you ever hear me saying things like that's why. All right, so like I said, this place isn't too bad at all by any means, but the enemies do hit a little harder here. They got the burn effect, and some of them do carry some heavier weapons and some things you haven't dealt with yet. So they do throw a bit more of a challenge than the regular Ashina warriors from the Outskirts, but this place really isn't too bad other than a few of the boss fights. So if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, you don't have to come here right now if you don't want to. You can always go back and finish the Outskirts. I would say difficulty, I think, is comparable. So they said thieves broke in, and you can see the horse is dead. Shards. Alright, so there are quite a few of them here. Like I said, we are kind of outnumbered, so just keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure they're going to see me when I do this. If not, we'll use it to our advantage. I actually want to go over here first, then I'll deal with them. And go sugar. Look, I've got all the sugar in the world here. Glucose guardian of the world. That's my version of a sugar daddy. FYI. Alright, so we got a few guys in here for sure. I got stuck on something there. Oops. Okay, so big guy here is gonna put up a bit of a fight. So, just be careful with him. Note you're probably gonna run into a lot of enemies in these buildings. Most of them are drunk though, which gives us a competitive advantage. Alright, and one other thing about this place that's really nice, especially early on in the game, and I got this idea from Vati, who I will be including citations in my descriptions if you want to find them, had a nice little farming technique out here, and I've already talked about it, but let's actually try it and see how it works. I don't know if there's any people to talk to here. I think we got everything here. We'll get to this door in a bit. Alright, so we have quite a few enemies here. it's good to be cautious around this area. Now the farming technique was to, let's see, cast a Amiibo balloon of possession, or pop one, kill everybody, pop the wealth one, then pick up all the items. So don't pick anything up until you're done. Let's see how it works. And if the status fades, of course, reset. Yep, see, they're drunk. He's still drinking. Duder is still drinking over here. Oh, I tell you. Come on. Oh, come on. He's fighting dirty like me. Okay, who else is all in here? Oh, we got somebody up there, actually. Where are you? Oh, you're in a different location. Yeah, he's not gonna see me. He's just gonna hear me. Okay, this place. I want to say there's got to be at least one more person around here. Maybe not. I feel like I got out of there pretty clean. Not usually how that works out. So one of the reasons that I come here early, one of the reasons I highly recommend coming here at this point, is because there are like 3 or 4, I think it's 3, Shinobi prosthetics here. So we did the possession. What you want to do now is wealth. And make sure we don't miss anything. Flame barrel. There we go. So that was right here next to the fire. And sorry, I meant to actually read that. An iron barrel that spews fire can be fitted to the Shinobi prosthetic to become a prosthetic tool. It is difficult to control the rage-filled red eyes with the power of man alone. However, a fire-based weapon could be a means of resisting them. They are said to fear fire above all else. Now, this is by far one of my favorite prosthetics in the entire game, and I use it very, very frequently. Not always the most apt of prosthetics, but yeah, see, they're even suggesting to use the Amiibo Balloon of Wealth here. So as far as prosthetics go, if you combine it with oil, you can exacerbate the burn effect quite a bit, and it's really helpful with bosses, especially the red eyes, like the chained ogre that we left back on the stairway in the outskirts.
おい。お主、確か、忍びよな。であれば、お堂の、 忍びよの奴らを頭蓋を叩き割って頼む。
おう、ここを開けやがれ。こそこそと隠れてんのは分かってんだ。おとなしく投降しないと痛い目見るぞ。聞こえてんのか。おう。
Okay. So they, of course, just dropped in another pretty big hint. Oh, Gokuns. I don't think we've got Gokuns yet. Sugar candy made by Shinobi hunters of Misen Temple, sustaining Gokun's blessing. Reduces posture damage taken for a time. Bite the candy and take the Gokun's stance to impart its inhuman benediction. Misen monks are well versed in the art of killing Shinobi, an undertaking that demands a body with an unshakable core. See, I got all the sugar in the world. Okay, so there's a bunch of roosters over here. 4 cocks, I think. Oh, yes. No, 5 cocks. Yeah, 5 cocks. Okay. That's still one of my favorite episodes of Elementary. Not the episode itself, but if you've ever watched the show, when Sherlock brings 2 roosters home, he got them from like a fighting ring, and he keeps referring to them as cocks because that's what you call male chickens, roosters, cocks, whatever. And Watson's like, I refuse to say that. I'm not a 12-year-old. And then finally, at some point, she slips up and says it. She's like, there, are you happy now? I finally said it. And, he just says it so casually and doesn't, even react to it or anything, so it just makes it extra funny. But, one of the first things he says is, he got them from a fighting ring. And he said he's going to try to de-aggro them, essentially. And he says, 2 cocks living in harmony. It's one of my favorite lines. Okay, so we're going to talk to this guy down here, who should look familiar. Alright, you got 2 down here. This one here has a torch. We're going to go for the other guy. He's got the big hammer thing. Okay, I'm going to pop another pellet. I didn't realize I was that low in health. The guys up the way have shields, so you probably don't want to deal with them. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not dealing with them. In fact, before I do this, bundled Jizo statue. Yeah, again, those are very nice to have. So, plus you can actually see some items over here. It's kind of if I recall, it's either a secret location or it's near one. This guy should look familiar.
Yo, 旦那。あんたも火事場泥棒ですかい？旦那は見たとこ、忍びですかね。何か探し物でも？まあ何にせよ、ここはあっしが先に見つけた場所でさ。よそを漁ってください。ああ、そういえば、どっかの崖上に三重の塔が見えやしたぜ。あんだけご立派な塔だ。 きっと中にはお宝がしまわれてるに違いねえ。あっしならそう思いやすね。ねえ旦那、よそを漁ってくだせえよ。どっかの崖上に三重の塔が見えやしたぜ。あんだけご立派な塔だ。きっと中にはお宝がしまわれてるに違いねえ。あっしならそう思いやすね。
So that is Anayama, the one who's trying to set up a business in our current timeline, in our present world. So that's why he recognized us when he said, "You don't remember that night?" I appreciate his honesty, as much of a creep as he is. Like I said, we're following his quest line mostly for getting the most bang for our buck.
どうか動かないでください。傷に触ります。
いや、行かねばならぬ。族どもの中に忍び狩りの僧兵が混ざっている。あれは手だれよ。どうしても私が行かねば。
無理です。この傷ではとても。
A Shinobi hunter. That's giving you a heads up as to what you're up against.
お主、若様の忍びじゃな。
ああ。
肝心な時におらぬとんだ役立たずめ。いや、もしやお主賊を手引いたのではあるまいな。さもなくばこの平田屋敷がこうもあっけなく落ちようものか。そうよ、そうに違いないわ。いねえ、裏切り者はいねえ。
So they waited till everybody was out. The attack was coordinated. And where were we? That is a good question.
誰ですか？
族ではない。
あなたは若様の。よかった。忍び殿、族どもの目的は若様です。あやつらはすでに竹林坂上に至り、お屋敷に火をかけています。若様の脱出も叶わなかったご様子。お願いです、忍び殿。若様をお救いください。これをあなたに託します。
Antidote powder. That's new, I think. We've seen this in inventories, but I haven't read it yet. A powerful antidote oh no, wait, maybe I have read this. Well, whatever. A powerful antidote concocted by the Sunken Valley clan. Now, I mentioned these guys. If you go back to the Outskirts, there was the one with the huge cannon. They're a member of the Sunken Valley clan. So the kind of tall, thin, bandages wrapped all over them. Heavy arms with them usually. Heals status abnormality, poison, and temporarily increases poison resistance. Magnetite deposit. Yeah, okay, I did read this. Magnetite deposits are found in the Sunken Valley, but the place is dangerously toxic. Antidote powder is essential for anyone attempting to mine the ore.
どうかお役立てを。
承知。
Alright, so there's one other thing I want to do before we head up the estate path. There should be... Yeah, over here. I don't remember if there's anybody... Yeah, there is. We want to get into that, I don't know, is that a pagoda? Looks like a really small pagoda. Maybe a shrine? Temple.
けんど、供え物でもあれば重蔵様に。やめんか。仏様には手出し無用。何度言やわかるんだ、タコが。怒らないでおくれよ、兄貴。タコでごめんよ。
Jozu. Their leader, I presume. Like coin purse. Yeah, so it's kind of like a taboo to go digging in that building. But that's exactly what we're going to do. Because we were literally just told by the Hirata to do it, essentially. Shinobi Axe of the Monkey. A heavy black iron axe used by shinobi can be fitted to the shinobi prosthetic to become a working prosthetic tool. This boorish axe is used less for cutting and more for breaking things with its weight. Once the favored weapon of a shinobi known as the Bounding Monkey of the Sunken Valley, it was lost along with his left arm. Might that be the sculptor? I don't know what these are. Decoration? Probably not just decorative. I would think something else. Alright, so I think we have slain everybody here at this point and claimed everything I want. The problem here is those guys up ahead have shields. So we have 2 prosthetics. What we're going to do here is make a trip back to the temple, and then we will essentially come back to this location, because I don't think there's an idol ahead of us for quite a ways. So, and there's one other thing we're going to need to do, which is use some of those skill points. So we have a few things I want to do before we head up the path. So let's go back to the Dilapidated Temple.
戻ったか。
あれは夢なのか、それとも誠にあったことなのか。
さてな、夢かうつつか、わしにも定かなことはわからん。一つ言えるのは、仏様はお前さんの古い記憶を起こしてくださっているだけじゃ。お前さんがどう思い、どう覚えていたか、すべてはそれ次第じゃ。
見るものすべてが正しく起こったことかはわからぬ。
そういうことじゃ。
Okay, so we have the flame vent from the flame barrel, and the loaded axe from the shinobi axe of the monkey.
その忍び義手、随分と腕に馴染んできたようじゃな。お前さん、これを取っておきな。
Alright, so our second esoteric text. Prosthetic esoteric text, a book of secrets that details a variety of techniques for use with shinobi prosthetic. Grants the ability to learn prosthetic style skills. Written by a man who abandoned the path of the shinobi but could not bring himself to discard his painstaking research. He never expected to pass these on to anyone else.
これは
お前さんの牙でどう噛み殺すか、それが書いてある。要は忍び義手を使った戦いの術じゃな。
わかった。
まったく義手の忍び技などもはや無用と思っておったが、わからんものよな。ではな、また久しくらいなら貸してやろう。
So for skills, let's see what we got here and what we want to do. Alright, Whirlwind Slash, like I said, it's not necessarily useful. These are the kind of things that we want to start getting to. But Mikiri Counter is by far one of the best abilities you can possibly have in the game. Acquires Shinobi Martial Arts Mikiri Counter. Enables one to counter enemy thrust attacks by stomping down on the enemy's weapon, dealing a large amount of posture damage. It is nearly impossible to perceive the speed of a thrust, but not for sharp eyes of the shinobi. So, circle the moment an enemy thrust attack lands, Mikiri counter, stomp on the enemy sword to render a thrust ineffective and deal a large amount of posture damage. Now, this is actually a bit misleading in a way because I think the timing on this can be rather tricky to get. And I watch a lot of people fail at this over and over and over again. And so I'm going to share with you a little bit of information that was shared with me when we start using it. And we're going to go talk to Hanbei because this actually should come up in his repertoire of things we can test. So going up, we could do run and slide or mid-air deflection. And according to my list here, that should eventually lead us to mid-air combat arts, which I do really want if we go with this upper one. But I think we're going to need, I don't remember which is which here. I think mid-air combat arts is this one, so we're going to need both of these. But I also like the run and slide. The run and slide is really nice in its own way. We have a new tree as well, so we have chasing slice and grapple hook attack. The grapple hook attack can be pretty good, I think. That's going to lead us to mid-air prosthetic tool, which is not really necessary at this point. At least I don't think. It does help, especially with the shurikens, because you can jump and throw. And the nice thing about like mid-air prosthetic arts, or not mid-air prosthetic, mid-air combat arts, on top of that, is you can wind up a combat art while you're jumping, which is really, really nice. And the bottom one here is really nice as well. It's a latent effect. It's called Emma's Medicine Potency, which can be upgraded twice, and essentially will up our healing gourd. However, it's a pretty heavy investment, so you might want to consider what else you might want to use first. That's low-key investment. But we'll build up some skill points pretty quick. It just depends on how often you die. And like, look, right now I'm pretty close to another skill point, so I'm probably going to be stupid and run into battle. But you might want to avoid boss fights until you get that up. So, grapple hook attack, chasing slice, or grapple hook attack, chasing slice, mid-air deflection, run. I think I'm going to go with grapple hook for now. I want to get that. Nightjar slash I don't care about, but this is going to be really a nice one to go with next. So, and I think that should do it. Okay, yeah, I wanted to do this before we leave. So, Mikiri counter. And then we'll do Anayama. Otherwise, I'm going to go and bank the scent we have.
そこもとか。それがしを使い、刀の修練を積むがいい。
So Mikiri counter. I think this is the last thing that gets added to this. So, Mikiri counter. Shinobi can perceive incoming thrust attacks and counter them by stepping on the enemy blade. And actually, Enshin did this in the very starting video, if you recall. Now, the instructions say to basically to hit circle on the deflect. I'm going to tell you, that's probably not going to work out very well if you try to do it that way. And the best advice I have ever been given was somebody told me to lean into the attack, like push forward into the attack and go for the Mikiri. You're almost guaranteed to nail it. Just don't do it if you're like super, super close to the enemy, but like usually you're being thrusted at from quite a distance or just enough of a distance that if you try to just hit it, you have to be pretty much on target. I think that's why it doesn't necessarily work for a lot of people, because once I was told to do that and started doing that, I've never missed a Mikiri counter unless I just dodged completely out of the way. So lean into the attack if it's not working for you. Try that. It helps. It helped me so much.
また来るがいい。そこもとの技の試し、いくらでも受けようぞ。
Okay, let's do a little bit of a quick merchant trip to Anayama, and we might need to go to the other guy as well.
旦那、待ってましたぜ。いただいた銭を元手に品を仕入れやした。さあ、買っていってください。
Okay, so his inventory has expanded quite a bit, and there's something of interest here: the Phantom Kunai. So Shinobi Prosthetic. So we do need to get this either way. So I'd say just get it when you have enough money. But I'm going to bank mine for now because I don't have nearly enough. And he's kind of a convenient merchant, and we're going to be coming back to him a lot. So I'd say honestly, I'm going to go back to the other merchant and do some banking because I really don't need all of his stuff quite yet. So if you don't have enough to purchase what you need, and you still want to do some banking, the other guy has 2 coin purses, so I'm going to make sure I have enough to get those from him. A kunai used by Lady Butterfly that can be used to upgrade the loaded shuriken. A ringing sound is heard when the kunai is thrown, and a phantom butterflies appear in the kunai's trail. Since childhood, Lady Butterfly had accumulated much experience in Usui's forest, far from civilization along Tozen Trail. His forest is filled with mist and mystifications, making it ideal for training in illusion techniques. And I'm not going to talk much about this yet because we don't know a lot about it, but this is one of the items he would have stolen while he was at Hirata Estate, because Lady Butterfly is one of the shinobi. We all go by animal names: wolf, owl, butterfly, in that sense. So first of all, let's get the 2 pellets. We need 220. Yeah, that should do. So leave him with 1.
ところで旦那、聞いてください。
あ
あっしはね、商いをもっと大きくしたいと考えてやす。このアシナはいつ滅びるかもわからねえ。いわば沈みかけた船だ。つまり成り上がる好機じゃねえかと思うんでさ。そこで一つ頼みがありやす。
なんだ。
アシナの侍どもが今欲しがっているものは何か探ってきちゃくれやせんか。そいつが分かればアシナの侍どもと取引ができやす。旦那は忍びだ。敵方から情報を仕入れるいい耳をお持ちのはず。ぜひお願いしやす。
They've fallen in hard times. Let's exploit that. That's all I heard there, buddy. Alright, so I'm probably going to edit it out because there's no reason to see it. But I did go and purchase the coin purses from the Crow's Memorial Mob, and we've cleared out everything from Anayama except for the Phantom Kunai. So if you missed any of that and I edited it out, that's all. So just banking stuff. Oops, that did not work. Real smooth. Real smooth. Oop, real smooth. Oh, wow. Yeah. Real smooth, real smooth. What was I saying there? I just got completely destroyed. Okay. Okay, we're good. So that's mostly what the axe is good for. You can kind of smash apart their bits, if you know what I mean. That probably didn't sound good, you know, to put it that way. I pretend that wasn't a complete shit show, alright? Everything is fine, you know? Alright, so we have ahead of us, if you look down a ways, you'll see a guy walking around. Looks a bit fancier than the others. So that's the Shinobi hunter that they were talking about. And come on. Come on. Oh, I jumped. Whoops. He's gonna put up quite a bit of a fight compared to anything we've come across yet. So just be aware of that. Okay. Let's So what we're gonna do here is there's a guy trying to shoot at me. We're gonna take him out. And there are two guys in the kind of top of the screen. We're gonna take them out as well. And then we're gonna run away because he's probably gonna be onto us by then. Or if he's not, I'll try to get a backstab in. But we cannot cross the gate here until we take him out. His back is turned to us. Oh, who saw us? Who saw us? Somebody saw me. And it lost me, apparently. Oh, somebody did follow me. Oh, I think he was one of the guys that was up there. Okay, well, that helps, I guess. Alright, so they're both supposed to be over here. That guy apparently saw me. And what I would have done here is I would have just walked up behind him and stabbed him. Oh, he saw me. Okay. Countering thrust attacks, yes. We're gonna McKitty this. Alright, so if you're having trouble with him, and honestly I just went head to head with him because he's not that hard for me, but it's going to take a bit to get used to them because for me particularly, spear guys always give me a lot of trouble. But like I said, with the Mikiri counter, you can see when he was doing the thrust attack, make sure to, like I said, lean into that a little bit instead of just trying to tap it on contact because it's really hard to get that down right. If you lean into it, hit the Mikiri at the right time, you will hit him no problem. You saw how much posture damage that did. The other thing about him is that at that point when he saw me, you can run and just jump off the bridge and you'll lose him, and then just come back up and get a backstab on him. So it's very easy to get a death blow in and just have to fight him once. Like I said, he's not that hard for me, so I just kind of went in and fought him. That way you kind of get to see the fight a little bit more thoroughly than what you would have. Okay, so we're gonna get this idol here before we do anything stupid. Okay, bamboo thicket. So we're still not quite at the estate yet. I mean, we're on the estate grounds, of course, but we're not up at the main estate where the families would be, the upper families. So what we're gonna do here is take a little detour Anayama was talking about a 3-story pagoda. Make sure there's nothing down this way. I'm being followed by cars, I think. So I think this is the part that goes to the 3-story that he was talking about. If it's not, then I apologize, but I think this is the location. There's also kind of a hidden area here. Okay, we'll backtrack here in a bit. Okay. 2 spear guys. No! It's not going the way I wanted it to. Okay. Come on, guy. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, those 2 are going to get it. Actually, no, the 3-story pagoda might actually be down a ways. I'm just thinking about that. I'm like, I know I wanted to come here, but... Actually, I'm going to take out these guys.
ああ、抜け出してくるとしたら、この隠しホラー穴にちげえねえ。十蔵様の言いつけだ。ネズミ一匹逃がすんじゃないぞ。わかってるさ。俺はもともと大っ嫌いなんだ。危なくなりゃ自分だけ逃げ出す卑怯者がよ。
Well, got a few guys here. Yeah, actually... Okay, who did I miss over here? Oh, shield guy. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll come back here. I can't remember if there's anything of significance over here. Other than this back location, obviously. There's the one hidden spot that I was looking at. And I don't want these two double teaming me again. Let's draw him back a little bit. Alright, and you. Just you? Bulging coin purse. Okay. I should have read that right. Oh, soul. Yeah, 2 items. I gotta read. Sorry. I'm just rushing here. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else over here. That links back to the older location. So, a purse almost overflowing with sen. It can be used to acquire the sen inside, hefty enough to bring something resembling a grin to a wolf's face. I don't think we're ever going to see him smile, man. The sen in this purse is not lost upon death. Okay. And what was the other one? Soul. Yeah. Amiibo balloon filled with fountainhead water, imbued with a blessing for departed souls. If one pops this Sakura pink balloon in praise, those its water splashes upon will acquire more resurrective power over time. The oldest of the Mibu balloons, Mibu priests are known to pop them as an offering to peace, offering of peace of the departed. Sorry. So that's basically, if you see that little resurrective bit next to my main resurrection, that fills every time I slay an enemy, and it'll fill a little bit faster, I believe, if I have that active. I don't remember if this is just a shortcut or if it brings us somewhere that I'm not remembering. I was thinking the pagoda, but I think the pagoda is actually down the ways. So let's try it. Oh yeah, this is yeah, I totally just took a shortcut. We're not going here yet. No. Oh, I almost killed myself there. Wouldn't be the first time, right? Okay. Yeah, so that's a shortcut to the next part of the game, if you want to skip everything, basically. But we're not going to do that. So, if you want to skip ahead, there's an idol up there, you can go ahead and take it. I actually have another purpose for wanting to be here, so... The main purpose was getting the prosthetic tools, of course. Where are we? There we are. And taking up the Shinobi Hunter. Get everything back there. So we're gonna head up the estate path here a bit. Or through the bamboo thicket, really. So we're gonna kind of take a little shortcut over here. have a balloon of wealth? I do. Try to get this to work. No, he's on me. Oh, no, not that. Screwing up the keys. Is he not affected at all by it? Alright. Take the balloon of wealth. And let's go back. Don't remember if there's anything else, but okay. And clear the place of items that we haven't already grabbed. Okay, so we can follow the path upwards, which we will. But the main thing I wanted to do is actually, I think it's this way. Oh, treasure card. Forgot about that. I wonder if that's the carp I missed in my previous playthrough. So, Anayama was talking about the 3-story pagoda. And that requires us to go this way. Let's read that first, though. I picked up a new item, I think. Contact medicine. Okay. So, powdered medicine with poisonous effects used through the ages by Ashina Shinobi. A weak poison status ability or abnormality is inflicted upon consumption. So you're poisoning yourself, but with the idea of triggering an immune response, basically. By inflicting a weak poison on oneself, all other forms of poison become ineffective. Some shinobi also use this medicine for a specific technique. Poison is said to expand the mind. So the pagoda is up this way. That's why I was mixing them up, because they both require the wall jumps. And be really careful here. There is a guy up there with a purple robe on. You do not want to fight him. So he can't hit us while we're in this mode. So. Mist Raven Feathers. A bundle of Mist Raven Feathers can be fitted to the Shinobi Prosthetic to create a prosthetic tool. And Usui... it's gonna get loud with him there. Run! Run! Okay, sorry. He was going to They're going to keep playing these. Okay, so a bundle of mist raven feathers can be fitted to the Shinobi prosthetic to create a prosthetic tool. In Usui Forest, far to the north of Ashina, live many mysterious birds of prey. The mist raven is only one to have eluded capture by all who have tried. Should you somehow manage it, you'll find it gone, and only feathers in your grasp. And that is actually another Shinobi prosthetic, so... There are a total of 10 prosthetics in the game, and you need all of them to get one of the prosthetic-related trophies. The rest you have to get upgrades for, and you have to actually upgrade all the Shinobi tools. So there's a long-running set of trophy objectives in that. So I've been trying to point out every time that there's a prosthetic in the walkthrough for that reason. And we're looking to go in here. So this is our foster father from the beginning of the game.
父上。お前か。不覚を取った。このわしも置いたものだ。手当ては良い。この傷では。もはや助からぬ。それより狼よ、これを。
Hidden Temple Key. The key to the hidden temple in the Hirata Estate given by the owl. The secret temple is located in the very back of the Hirata Estate. 2. The Lord is absolute. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. So that's one of the 3 rules of the Shinobi Code.
これはお屋敷の隠し仏殿の鍵よ。巫女様はそこに。だがこの火の手じゃ正面からは入れぬ。崖外からならば。そうじゃ。あちらから外へ出て崖沿いに進み、霊園から回り込め。さすれば抜け道が。わかりました。狼よ、忍びの掟は忘れておらぬな。はい。主は絶対狼よ、命を落としてお守りするのじゃ。父上。左手へ出て崖沿いに進み、霊園から回り込めば抜け道がある。お任せください、父上。
So the other path that we took earlier is a shortcut to bypass this. So we're heading to the exact same place, but you miss out on quite a bit if you don't go that way, so... At least I think it's quite a bit, but... So here we are. So remember, we came from the water down here last time. So this time we're actually going to go up for realsies. If you are following along for the trophy collection, we haven't really earned anything new, but we do have a few items that kind of work towards those that I really haven't been talking about too much. So first of all, we have now, I think, 5 Shinobi prosthetic bits so far, and 4 of the tools already equipped, which is going to lead towards a trophy, and there's 10 of those total. There are also other items that will relate to that, and I probably won't necessarily bring them up all the time, but I'll make sure that they're being collected and showing where they are and all that stuff, of course. And just note that the prayer beads and the gourd seeds also will bring us towards a couple of trophies as well. So every time we pick those up, I kind of include a count in the description in case you need to see where you should be at this point, assuming that we're following along pretty closely with each other. And that's a good place to end this episode. To recap, ringing the bell brought us into this memory, a memory that Wolf has forgotten, because keep in mind when he woke up, he doesn't have a good memory of the past, but it's brought him into this memory from 3 years ago at Hirata Estate, and as you can see, the place is up in flames right now. And reminder, the Hirata are a cadet branch of the Ashina, and basically the place was attacked by a clan of bandits, and it was attacked at a time where the young warriors were out fighting. So we got some information from the eavesdroppers and such, or from eavesdropping, I should say. And so while the warriors were out, a bandit party raided the estate, killed anyone that they came across, burned the place, and basically we found them kind of partying and getting drunk and trying to steal things, and so it's not a good time, but it's been very well coordinated that this is occurring. So there's definitely I'd say somebody on the inside had to have known what was going on here. So we are at kind of a point where we could press forward a little bit, but the final boss of this area is pretty tough if you don't have at least one more level into your attack power. So we are going to leave the rest of this place for later and move back to the outskirts gate stairway area where the chained ogre was next time. So with that being said, let us close things out for the night. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you all later.